plate. Come on, grab your friends. We'll go and play some Tribes Ascend with Dark Matrix and Stowaway. It's gonna be great. It's Behind the Blue Plate.
Hello there, Tribes fans. Welcome to Wednesday night and welcome to another amazing episode of Behind the Blue Plate. And apparently my mic gain is well off the charts and I just probably popped absolutely everybody's eardrums. But that's okay, because that's what I do. How you doing, Stow?
Yeah, I'm alright, man. I'm actually inexplicably tired. But no, I'm alright. I'm alright.
It's all that streaming you're doing, dude.
Yeah. I finished my slot this morning and I was so tired, and then I had to go do painting.
You had to go do painting?
Yeah, for my granddad wanted me to paint some sheds.
Oh right, like you mean like outdoor painting? I'm thinking
not painting, as in
landscape painting or something.
I did paint a secret mural on the shed though.
How is it a secret?
Well, he doesn't know it's there. I've got to finish tomorrow as well, so that'll be fun.
Well, good to have you here. It is Wednesday. We've got another awesome panel for you all this evening. Let's start in the bottom right. And visit number 2 by Mr. Tastyham. How you doing, Tasty?
Doing great.
Cool. It's good to have you back on the show.
Thank you.
So you're currently playing for Pelican and, of course, Vex over in NA. What's been happening? I think it's only actually a couple of weeks since we had you on. I mean, has anything... I mean, obviously a lot of stuff's happened to you and your teams recently. How's that been?
Oh, well, geez. Yeah, lots of stuff has happened for both the teams. I guess, man, was that 2 weeks ago? I don't know, well, we got the finals taken care of in NA with, Vex, and, unfortunately lost that, and got knocked out from, by IDK with Pelican. I'm not sure which one was first, to be honest. I think they were on the same day. Oh, that was a long day.
What a shitty day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But, no, lots of fun. And, jeez. You know what, I was gone for the, IDK, the EU finals. So we'll talk about that later. But, heard IDK won?
Yep, they certainly did. But like you say, we'll get into that very shortly. But that's it's awesome to have you on, Tasty. Look forward to hearing about your feels about the NATL Grand Final, as well as some other stuff that's been happening with you recently. In the middle, we've got jpWAI coming back. How you doing, JP?
Hey, I'm doing okay.
Cool. It's good to have you back. What have you been up to recently?
Oh my god, all kinds of stuff. I mean, specifically talking about what we're doing with Flam at the moment, it's all a bit up in the air. I've been playing, like, different positions every single scrim. We're messing around a lot at the moment, just trying to work out what we're doing. So yeah, it's fun times at the moment.
How's the Flam roster? Are you guys more or less sticking together, or are things shaking up a bit?
I don't know, I mean, we don't really have anyone quitting, apart from, I think, well, Kenzai, unfortunately, is quitting between Season 2 and Season 3. But, yeah, like, apart from him, we're pretty much all staying. But it's just, at the moment, we're, like I said, messing around a bit with the roster, all playing different positions a bit at the moment, just, trying to work out what's going to work for us for Season 3.
Is Kenneth back?
Kenneth's still not back. He's still off riding motorbikes for another week and a half or so.
Fair enough. I mean, while we're on the topic, you know, Flamboyant didn't quite make it through to the sort of, you know, the end game of EUTL. You guys got knocked out. Do you think the lack of Kenneth was a significant part of that?
I don't know. I think it was definitely a part of it. I'm not going to put it solely on that. I mean, obviously, Pelican got, like, ridiculously good through mid UCL, and obviously, I mean, IDK went on to win it, and we did pretty much, I guess, as good as we could hope to do against them with the roster that we had at the time. So, yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I definitely think we would have placed it, or at least put up slightly better results in matches with Kenneth, but, I mean, that's just how it is, I guess.
Cool. But I guess the upshot of all that is that we will be seeing Flamboyant in Season 3, then.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't think there's any foreseeable reason why we wouldn't be competing.
Cool. Well, that's good to hear. And again, thank you very much for joining us on the show this evening. On the right, we have GuitarGuy joining us again. How are you doing, GuitarGuy?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Tired for some reason. I don't know why. I think I just woke up, but still feel like I should be in bed. Other than that, though, doing good.
Cool. And what's been happening in your world over the last couple months?
I guess a lot with tribes, with Bex and everything. Bex going through some changes here in the past week. Unfortunately, Litz is not going to be there next season, which is going to be tough to deal with. We did Tau Fest this last weekend, which was fun as hell. Got to meet a lot of guys that I've been talking to on the internet with for almost a year now. So met a lot of really cool people and got really drunk, and it was really awesome.
Tasty, I believe you were there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, great times.
Cool.
I mean, it was like I said, like nuts seeing people I've been talking to for I'd say a year, and finally like seeing them and drinking with them. Very fun.
I actually have a topic for that on the card, so we might as well just continue on with that since we're on the actual on the topic. So yeah, like what was the idea behind Taufest? Was it just a bunch of you guys wanted to get together and actually meet in real life?
Ah, jeez. I forget who started it. Immune claims he started it. He's a teammate on Vex, but I don't know about that. I'd say how many months ago? Like a few months
Reticle
ago. We
started
kept delaying it. Oh, Reticle did?
Yeah,
Oh.
Reticle, basically he was going to go through, and he was coming back from Ukraine, and he was going to be in San Francisco, and he was talking to me like, hey, where do you live? I'm like, I live in San Diego. He's like, oh, can I get there by train or something? I'm like, if you want a really long train ride, because San Francisco, for anyone that doesn't know, is way up like 9-10 hours away from where I live. And so he basically got the ball rolling and started off and just got a bunch of people going for it. And Tastyham, I think you took the longest trip out of anyone
Oh, yeah, I had
as far as mileage.
quite a story about that too. That wound up interfering with our NA finals schedule. Oh man. Yeah, no, I had some credits for an airline. I got a relatively cheap flight out to California, and it was not any cooler than Texas. And in fact, a lot hotter. It was very little AC to go around, but yeah, fun times nonetheless.
So who was there altogether?
Let's see, it was me, Tasty, Ryuka Link, Reticle, Immune.
So we
Ray's
have
Dead.
a picture here. So I don't know if you can see this. You might know the photo that I've got up before it comes on stream. I can recognize Ryuka Link second from the right. So who are these dudes in line?
Well, starting from the left, that's Ray's Dead, and obviously Ryuka Link there, and then Reticle. Oh man, I'm pretty sure something happened there between Link and Reticle that night. And Kevin right there next to Reticle in the little plaid shirt. Then there's Immune, and then as you can tell, that is Tastyham.
Fair dues. I guess you're taking the photo then, G.
No, actually, I wasn't there that night. There was 2 nights of Tau Fest. I wasn't able to make the second one, but I was there on Friday. We need to get Link to unlock his VODs, though, because the first night we were at his place on a college campus, and we all got really wasted before we went out, and we actually streamed it. And I remember a few times where I just, like, we were playing this one really weird beer game. Like, you throw a ball at a beer cannon, and
That was funny to watch. I had no idea what was going on.
you like throw this freaking ping pong ball at a beer can, and you hit the beer can, and then basically the person whose can that was, they have to pick it up and put it on the table and say stop while you're drinking your beer to get you to stop drinking the beer. And there was like 2 times where Reticle, like, I threw the ball at his can, and this dude was doing like gymnastic moves to get to the ball, and I was like mid drink and just beer all out my nose and everything because I couldn't stop laughing.
Sounds like good times.
Yeah, it was really good times. And then we went out to a place called Pacific Beach, and we went to a bar where there was like a 13-year-old DJing. He might not even been 13. He might have been like 10 or something. It was ridiculous. This little kid like was going insane. Like it was kind of weird, but also kind of awesome at the same time.
Was he MCing and shit, or was he just spinning stuff?
No, he was MCing too.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. You have like
He's doing
this
everything.
extremely high voice.
That's
getting
awesome.
you pumped up.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, the reason I bring it up at all is actually related to what Crystalite said from IDK recently. It was like one of his favorite moments in Tribes was when they all got to hang out at Paris Games Week, and just the fact that they got to meet each other and spend some time together. That was really quite awesome for him. So I just wonder if it was a similar kind of experience for you guys. Like, had any of you met before?
Me, Brandon, and Kevin had all met because we lived down here in San Diego, but none of the other guys, I never met them.
Are you good link?
Yeah, sorry, Ryuka Link.
Okay, yeah. But, yeah, I hadn't met anyone, actually.
And were people
Yeah,
the same in
it's
real life
definitely a
as
highlight.
on the Mumble?
One more time, sorry.
I said, are
I
people
had-
the same in real life as on the Mumble?
Pretty much from what I could tell, yeah. Wasn't too much of a difference.
think-
Immune is still very, very hilarious and sarcastic,
Oh my god.
and Radical's the same. And
I think
Tasty's the same.
Tastyham, you just kept leaving and playing video games, didn't you?
Tasty size exist in real life as well. They don't just exist on Mumble.
Oh my god. Like, and Tribes wasn't even like, like all the Tribes puns that weekend. Like, they didn't lay off. I think
Oh
people
my
would like
God.
drop it, like leaving Mumble, but
Tasty
Oh.
would get so upset at us
So
when
fed
we're
up.
outside in public talking about Tribes.
Cool. Well, it sounds like you guys had an awesome time, and yeah, would have been cool. Should do more of that sort of stuff. If
Oh,
you
yeah,
happen to
no,
be
it's-
coming to I-49, you can hang out with me and Steve. That'd be awesome.
What, these guys
um,
here, or
I-49?
just anyone? Is that
Or just
true?
anyone.
Oh, okay.
Or I guess we could point out JP, famous land dodger.
Oh my god.
Yep, JP dodging this line. That's, and I want to shout out to Jamie, even though he can't watch this because he has about no download, and he's dodging this land as well. So, just the same.
Actually,
I do want to say we're all going to Nark's house for a we're going to go to the Pellyfest at Nark's house in Scotland. So JP, are you coming to that?
Narc's house? Fuck no.
Yeah, Nark's house. We're going to Nark's house. It's going to be great.
what part of Scotland is he in?
No idea.
Well, he's in the chat. Maybe you can drop us a line. I mean,
I haven't told him about this, by the way.
all right, fair enough. Organized by Stu then. GuitarGuy, is this a good time to talk about Tau, or do you want to do that a bit later on?
Yeah, I think any time good as any. I know that on Friday night I got really drunk and we were outside and I was like on a chain smoking spree. I had like 6 cigarettes in a row or something, and I was just like talking up Tastyham and Reticle, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna come back this next season and we're gonna get shit on people. We're gonna fucking own everyone. Like, that's all it was for a good hour and a half. I couldn't believe they let me keep them going on like that.
We were helping it
But
while the people were walking past. And there weren't too many people walking past, but I remember one guy gave us a funky glare when we were talking about Hoffs, and
he did give us a
Capras and
funky
stuff.
glare. Dasty's just paranoid.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, with the roster we're trying to put together, Tau is looking strong as hell, and that's essentially where my drunkenness came from. Just being excited for this next season, because I was kind of done. But with people like Reticle coming back, and I don't know, it feels like after the loss to Mono, or whatever the hell their name is, Denial now, I just feel like it kind of it made us hungry again, and especially coming back with the name under Tau. Tau is an old team, and a lot of people enjoyed the old Tau antics, and I know I did. So I want to be a part of that with some of the old Tau guys that are coming back.
So, I mean, is it just a reformation? Like, how many people from Vex are going there?
At this point, I think pretty much anyone that's on the team right now is more than welcome. Now, as far as who's coming back, we don't know. other than Reticle is a definite for sure. And of course, Immune was on the Tau team from back in the day. And I know Hot Rod's still coming back. We're going to have a lot of our O Hydroxide, myself, Tastyham, Gigabit. And I'm not sure about Titan. I haven't actually seen him for a little while now, but I haven't really been on Mumble. So I don't know. We might be looking for a Hoff depending on if Titan is still around or not.
Cool. And I mean, you guys, like, when do you switch the name? When do you guys start scrimming?
I'm pretty sure the name's already been switched on NA Tribes.
Cool. Let's see if we can find that, actually.
I think so, at least.
Oh, yeah, it is. Look at that. Let's see here.
Where is it? There it is, Tau.
Oh yeah, Reticle is already on the roster. I guess no like technical roster changes. Yeah.
Yeah, Reticle was on the old back.
Tau on top.
So sorry, you might have kind of already covered this, but how competitive of a team are you guys planning on being? Like, are you going to be aiming to go for the top, like literally Tau on top, or is it going to be a bit more casual?
I would say so. I think a lot of people. I don't know. I mean,
Why?
we already have some of the best players in the game. Like, there's no doubt about that. Especially with Reticle coming back, and us switching some stuff up, and with Tastyham on the team. I mean, I think between him and Kenneth, no one's gonna argue that they're the two best cappers in the game. So.
Oh my God, please.
Well, we've
shut
got
up.
actually the best capper here, jpWAI.
Oh yeah. I forgot. You have to be invisible to cap, right? But yeah, I mean, I think that we're gonna switch it up a lot. And yeah, nuts. And I know Kenneth's not capping, but the dude is still one of the spurgiest dudes I've ever seen. I've seen this guy just stream hours on straight, like doing the same route over and over. He's a phenomenal capper, regardless if he doesn't cap. And I think the only reason he doesn't cap is because your Europeans don't play with reach. And like for anyone that ever caps, it's like, holy crap, how are you going to go up against a Hoffa super heavy without reach, you know, and even stand a little bit of a chance. But yeah, I think that we already have talent, especially with Reticle coming back. I mean, to have someone like Kotrod Ree come on offense as well, along with a few different options we have, like Gigabit going on. We need the double cap option. Gigabit's a phenomenal O anyway. Like, that guy just gets work done no matter what position you get him in. And Hydroxide, more of the straight up killer. I don't know. I think we'll definitely practice. Like, even though Mono's not going to be practicing, like, there's Triumvirate who is coming up huge.
You mean Denial,
last
right?
season. Yeah, Denial. Whatever the. Oh, I swear to God. How many times do those assholes change their names? So far? But yeah, so even if Denial's not going to be practicing, I think we're going to be practicing just because we want to be on top. And Triumvirate is coming out of not out of nowhere, I wouldn't say, but they are definitely rising up to the occasion, and they were the only team last season, other than in the finals, to take a game off of Denial. So like they have an extremely solid defense. I think if they go through and they strengthen up their offense a bit more with the timings and everything, they're going to be one of those teams that you're going to be shaking in your boots when you're going up against them. So we're definitely going to be taking it somewhat seriously. I don't know if we're going to be like practicing every day or anything, but we're definitely going to be practicing. We're not going to be taking it lightheartedly. Tau on top for real this time.
Tasty, any comments?
No, I mean everything you said. Triumvirate, especially like toward the end of the NA season 2, were kind of our sparring partners for a bit, and yeah, I think they actually took a couple of maps off us before we went into playing Ego or something. I don't know. They're looking very strong recently, and like GuitarGuy said, if they just clean up a bit of their offense, like timing, they're definitely going to be ready. They're going to be a threat for the top spot.
Cool. Well, look forward to seeing how you guys do in the upcoming Season 3. But we've got plenty of tournament news, obviously, to go through. Which one are we going to start with, Stu?
I mean, we can kind of quickly go over what's been happening with TAW, which is
That won't take long.
nothing so far. Tastyham, tell us what's going on, man.
Oh, You know what? I'm not too sure. I think I played one TAW match with Pelican before, and it was like a half a match too. I don't think we even got the whole match done. No. We did like half a match, and then it got delayed. Then we finished the match, and from what I've heard, and I mean, just hearing about it, it looks like it's taken a very long time. It's a bit organized at this point, I'd say. But
I mean, can't you guys just go play Showtime?
I'm sorry.
Can't you just go and play Showtime? Like, is there really need to be? Can't you just do it?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm all about. But I think we've already got that scheduled or whatever with who are we playing again? Showtime. Yeah, no, we're and I guess it's coming up soon. We've been wanting to push it along. Believe you me, I think at least with Pelican, but I don't know. It's tough getting organized.
Sorry, I got distracted by the chat.
Yeah, Jesus, I thought, what was that about? Okay, so basically...
He's on to me.
After house. Oh, okay. Yeah, Narc's got it right there.
Showtime delaying until after House League ends. Okay, so basically TAW is going to get sorted eventually, and there'll be a winner. It'll be either Pelican or Showtime. But
Moving on.
in bigger news, the NATL, as you all know, the finals are done. Denial did take it from Vex and Tastyham. Once again, I'm kind of going to have to go back to you on this. For anyone who didn't really watch the finals, how did they go down for you guys? Obviously, none too favourably, but...
Man, yeah, none too favorably, but geez, we did have some last minute things. Oh gosh, where do I start? I remember mentioning earlier the Talfest kind of interrupting with our schedule. I had made, oh gosh, I'm still feeling the guilt and the regret, but getting a plane ticket for Talfest that coincided with the original grand final date. Had to get it moved back to a date that was on Gigabit's birthday, he's a key offensive player and like offensive capper component to our roster. And anyway, if you guys hadn't seen it, went all the way to 4 maps and Bluesy and Catabatic, which would have been a very good map for Gigabit. But we did have Tomasar, who we haven't played with for quite a bit. He really stepped it up and got work done. I mean, he's always been a part of our roster. Been like for the past few months, like busy with work. But what else? Oh, yeah, GuitarGuy, you wanna fill in? I mean, the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Essentially, we'd spent the whole week practicing a certain strategy without Blitz there because we were under the impression Blitz was gone. And I mean, Blitz came back, and then there was this whole argument about what strategy we were going to use. So I don't know. There's a bunch of factors, but either way, I mean, you know, we did a hell of a lot better than I expected to. I mean, like it was either one map was like a domination for one team, and the next map was a domination for the other. Like that's how it played out, and they were overall pretty boring games to watch. I don't even think I bothered watching them because they seem so. I don't know. It was just like a smash, you know. It almost seemed like a house league team versus a pro league team every single map. Like maybe DX was the closest one, but I don't think we ever were scared of losing that one. But yeah, it's just it was a tough loss. Like obviously we wanted to lose because there are some people that I personally want to lose because there's some people I personally just do not like on that team. And unfortunately, their egos are going to get boosted now for whatever reason. Like Mukhtar is saying, get too easy, get shit on, shitlords or something like that. Like they, like they completely took, like they won 2 games against us like we did last season, you know? Like I think that was another thing. The winners, the grand finals needs to be 2 best of 3 as opposed to just like this weird rules to compensate for time or something, you know. Like I'm in Europe. You guys, the last finals, they went to 2 best of 3s, didn't they?
That's right.
IDK came back to it. Yeah, I mean, that I think would have been a lot better way for both these last 2 seasons. They could have gone either way. I mean, last season the Nile could have taken it, and this season we might have taken it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it was a fun season. Can't wait for the next one to get started and for Tao to be back, and we'll have to see how it goes. I feel really good about this next season, though.
JP, did you catch any of the matches?
The NATL ones, yeah, I watched like pretty much all of them. I think I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed them. I think this season though I preferred our UCL finals. Like the opposite of last season, we actually had like fun, exciting finals. And
That's true.
I was gonna say, did you catch Drydock, JP?
I did see
remember-
Drydock, and it was just like Imp Slide versus Imp Slide, and neither team meeting their Imp Slides and converting
Yeah,
caps.
JP. Last season, the WLW guys like warned us about how powerful imp grabs were and how the stealth spin fuser and punting and like focusing primarily on like cluster versus capping was. And I mean, to be honest, I was like, nah, you can counter that. But anyway, if you guys didn't catch it, it turned out to be just imp punt, like versus imp punts, and like I said,
it's
probably
something that-
ETL might have been a bit more exciting to watch.
It's something that America still hasn't quite gotten its head around, I don't think, like in terms of just
We're
how
coming
to
around, I think.
properly do like imp slides and stuff. Like people always talk about how you can chase down imp slides and it's only grabbing at 170. How can it be a problem? But the point is, you just sit invisible until everyone's out of position, so they can't stop your cap and just slide down. It's pretty hard to deal with, yeah. But
So is it a problem with the map potentially?
I think pretty much every map that people like to play for competitive play is pretty viable for imp slides. The maps that tend to be bigger and thus you can't imp slide on, like Rain Dance and Permafrost and that, are all like.
Well, where would
hated
you
by
aim
everyone.
You couldn't do it on Kata. Anywhere the flag's raised,
I
right?
guess Kata is pretty much like. I mean, you can almost on Kata. I mean, if you had Stealth Spin Fuser, definitely, I guess, but it's nowhere near as good, obviously. But yeah, Arcs, Drydock, DX, Bella, CCR as well. All pretty good for imp slides.
Alright, then those are the most played. Like if I'm looking at these like these stats, these House League and Pro League stats. I forget who. I think it was APC and someone else, but the most played maps in both cases were Arcs, Drydock.
Well, these
DX,
are only
and
for
Kata.
the House League, though. I'm bringing that up now because that's something else we've got to talk about.
Oh, it was I think
There was some put up for the EUTL just recently.
oh, the EUTL. Yeah, we've got them as well. Hang on.
was it the UTL?
Yeah, so
Could've sworn
there
that-
was
Yeah.
House
Oh, that's right, the
League.
Pro League. That's right. Oh,
Yeah, so we got these ones here, which who put these together? I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, you're right. We've got these team stats for the EUTL Pro League. And yeah, where's the total times played? Yeah, so Drydock, the most common map. No, actually, no, it wasn't. Beg pardon. It looks like Canyon Crusade Revival. What was that? DX. I can't tell with the colors. I'm colorblind.
Oh,
It
that's
must,
DX.
it must have been DX.
DX,
CCR
yeah.
was
DX.
widely played in EUTL.
So,
Yeah, I think DX. Like even if you look at the maps, like I think Pelican had like a ridiculous amount of times played on DX or something. It was pretty
I like
great.
that map.
I think DX was almost this season's Rain Dance in the UTL. Like I know Rain Dance last season, Rain Dance and Sunstar ended up being picked and played.
Did
like,
people
a ton,
hate it as much
just
as-
because,
I remember people hated Rain Dance really, but
I think. Oh,
I don't think
um,
people hate DX as much. I quite like DX. Watching some DX games now.
I think it's a lot more positive than people were for Rain Dance. I don't know why people hated Rain Dance though. I mean, there's no inf caps on that map. Something to bear in mind.
Oh my
There's
god.
no fun on that map.
Oh my god, it's the best map of the game. You guys
No,
will
it
see
isn't.
eventually.
You should just. Oh my god.
what do you guys think about
Oh,
these
man.
stats while we're on the topic?
They're very interesting. I mean, it's interesting if you just total times each map played. So it's like Dangerous Crossing. Oh, you've gone back. I should
Sorry, dude.
hang on. It's alright. I had the link. I've just closed it. Yeah, so what Dangerous Crossing, Drydock, and Katabatic. I thought Arcs and Video would be higher than it was. Like it was interesting to see that there were like basically 3 maps and then a 4th map that was slightly higher than the rest, and then the rest were pretty similar. which probably randomly picked. Maybe
So Dry Dock,
Sunstar picked once or twice.
DX, and looks like Kata. That's House League for
Well,
NATL. And then what is it on? So Dangerous Crossing. Where's Kata? Yeah, Kata's pretty high. Dry Dock's pretty high. And it's a fairly
I think
similar
it's
breakdown
like,
in both.
those are just mostly the picked maps, and
Yeah.
then like also all of the maps will have got randomed at some point as well. And it's quite. It's like 2 levels basically, with maybe Arcs Navina kind of in between them. So yeah, basically like 3 levels of these 3 maps are generally picked a lot. Then this one is kind of picked, and then the rest are just randomed and maybe rarely at all.
I think the most interesting stat on there is the average caps per map stat, and just, oh my god, Sunstar obviously lowest down. I don't know whether people in America would have seen, but this meta that's developed on Sunstar in EU at least, where you can just afford to send your MD down to repair the gem in between every run, so you can run like routes in 1 or 2 directions on that map. Oh my god. Literally, it turned from a bad map into a map which just makes you terminally ill when you play it.
What's this one? Sorry.
Sunstar. Oh my god.
Or at least a cap on. Like, oh, it's such a tiny map. Like, you forget how small it is and how everyone can pick pot shots at you. And
It's like the gem repairing, route camping.
and
It's
then
just...
Jin repair. I don't know. I was surprised at least.
Well, back on the scope of NATL. So I mean, Denial obviously take it. They reversed last season's result. Do you think that was an unexpected result, Tasty? Like, I mean, it sounds like Vex had quite a few kind of troubles, a bit of drama, not necessarily drama, just challenges going in. Do you think that cost them the game?
What? Oh, no, we knew, like, regardless, even if, like, things were hunky-dory before the match started, it was going to be a tough game. I mean, we know Egocentric and Denial had been, like, working with each other, just scrimming daily, I think, and who knows, for, like, a month or so, and they really, both those teams wanted it really hard, and so, I mean, we knew the work that was being put in by the other teams, and I mean, we really weren't surprised when the games were so tough, or as tough as they were. I mean, really going into, I know like all of them, I guess the back was a stomp too, technically, but what surprised me the most was how kind of turned their game around and so effectively controlled the pace of that map. Because all other times we played against them, we've kind of done. That's Catabatic's been Vex's or Tao's map since forever. I mean, that was our best map, and I don't know. But we knew it was going to be tough. Maybe not so tough on Catabatic, but it was definitely going to be close maps. I mean, I don't know.
Fair enough. Sto, did we want to touch on like the post-game drama that happened after that, or should we skip that?
After which, the ETL?
No, the NATL finals.
NATL?
There was a little kind of blow up.
Oh, no.
Let's skip that.
Yeah.
I think everyone who cares has probably said their piece on the Reddit thread.
No, it was no point in going over that again.
Exactly.
No.
So let's move quickly on to the state of the, I guess I'll say House League, but it's really the relegation matches. Texas Militia currently on top, currently with 6 points. Puppy Kiss is doing quite well as well, over the top of MIA and K-Out currently with 0 points. I mean, GuitarGuy, are these expected results?
I don't know. I mean, from what I've been seeing from K-Out, I was actually expecting them to do a little bit better. It seemed like they were making improvements, but at the same time, if any team I was expecting to get kicked out, it was probably going to be Puppy Kisses because they went through a huge roster change. But it seems like they're holding strong, which is good for them. And I mean, MIA, I don't even really know. I know a lot of them, like some of them do pugs and stuff, but I see them also in the Mumble all the time. So I guess they've been practicing a lot, but I'm pretty sure they lost. Did they lose to K-Out in the House League finals? I think they might have.
I think that was in my. Yeah, I think so. Wait a minute. Check that.
know how to navigate this freaking site.
Yeah.
Which game are you looking for?
I was like back in the actual House League finals. I thought K Out had won.
Oh.
Like I'm pretty sure MIA had won through the winners bracket, but K Out came back and won the entire finals. I think
MIA went through the winners bracket. K Out came through the losers and then took out MIA in the final.
Thank you, Anijin. Yeah, so Anijin. Yeah. That's what I thought. So like I would have expected K Out to be doing a little bit better
Yeah.
than 0 points at least.
Well, I mean, there's still games to be played, or at least it seems there's going to be played. Let me see. Yeah. So currently, K-Out have at least 2 more games, so they can still get back in it. But of course, they've got their work cut out for them. So more games coming up. Basically, there should have been a game on the 1st on Monday. Doesn't look like that one's been played, and there should have been a game last night as well, which also looks like it hasn't been played. But I do recall, I think it was APC saying there might be some delays on the House League. But the same thing happened last season. It took them ages to get through the relegation matches. I guess after the season's done, people just sort of, you know.
Yeah, people want to take breaks and stuff, I think.
Cool. Well, anything else in sort of the NA scene in terms of NATL that we want to cover? Tasty Guitar Guy?
I think that pretty much covers it all from our side. I mean, no, I don't really know anything else to say as far as the House League goes.
Cool.
Cool.
Stowe, anything you want to touch on, or shall we move on?
No. I was gonna ask Tasty something, but I think I'll ask that later. That's fine. So yeah, we can probably push through to the EUTL. That's cool.
Yep, absolutely. So EUTL finals are done. IDK retire on top.
Yeah, wow. Like, I still didn't expect that to come through. I thought that, I mean, we've been through it, but you know, IDK taking that from Vertigo, just before, I think they knocked out Pelican, just before going through to the actual winners
did,
bracket.
yeah.
Because they come from the losers bracket, and I didn't expect IDK to take it basically.
Oh, I mean, really.
I just want to back out 1 sec. Little has just told me that the relegations have happened. They just haven't updated on the site. So K-Out went 2-1 versus Puppy Kisses and 3-0 against MIA. So they actually might be looking pretty good because that'll give them about 8 points, maybe even 10. So yeah, K-Out may have gotten through. We'll have to wait. We'll wait for the other sites to get updated. But yeah, sorry, Tasty.
Oh, no, I was saying before it took off the Talfest, and we had played with Pelican. We had played IDK and Vertigo, and I mean, geez, my mind leaving. I thought there was kind of no doubt that Vertigo would win the series with like the map advantage, or there's some kind of advantage they were in the winners bracket finals. But geez, I think I caught a few bits and pieces from like a laptop while at Talfest, but wow, really did surprise me. I one thing I noticed, IDK, they switched up the roster a bit with
Yeah, they had extravagance.
extravagance capping, right, and that was another thing we saw. I think I saw the first game and saw extravagance was capping, and I thought, man, this is in their starting roster. I mean, they really don't have much of a chance. Man, I guess that's not the way things went. I didn't get to watch all the VODs yet, but from what I hear, it was.
Well, to recap what actually happened, I mean, it went into. Let me just bring up so I remember the maps because I don't remember the maps off the top of my head. There we go. Yeah, so the first map was Dry Dock, and Vertigo beat IDK. So I mean, that was huge. Like, you know, I think you'd agree, Stowe. We always expect IDK to win Dry Dock, even though they consider Arx Navina their best map. So that put IDK in a position where they had to win at least the next 2 maps. And then they went on to win the next 4 maps back to back. They won Arx Navina 6-2, Bella Omega 5-1, Sunstar 3-1, and then Dangerous Crossing 5-1. So it was just an incredible, you know, series to watch given what was on the line, given it was their retirement game. I think you said before almost every map, Sto, this could be the last time we see IDK play. They went right
This could
through
be
to
their
it.
last game, and it was just like until the last one. It's like, well, then it was.
Yep. So it was an amazing story, and I'm glad I got to see it.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we for anyone who didn't watch that, me and Doc travelled up to northwest London where Grimble lives, and we got set up and we casted it live for the first time. And
we actually met each other in person for the first
on
time,
stream.
live
Yeah.
on stream. That was actually quite
pretty
cool.
Yeah. But that was really fun, and I do want to say, like, if you do get a chance, then what's happening with the VOD of that? I think
I've downloaded it. I'm going to stitch it tonight and upload it. So you can go watch it on the Tribes Ascend channel if you go kind of skipping through the history there. It'll be on Quick Draw Esports YouTube, I'd say by tomorrow morning.
Awesome. Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. I think like Grimble did an excellent job in setting up his place in such a professional way, and I really hope we get to do some more stuff like that, even though I had probably the worst day of my life driving up there. Oh my god.
To be fair, Sto, if that was the worst day of your life, you're actually doing pretty well.
Well, it wasn't the worst day, but it was bad. Yeah. But yeah, definitely really awesome. So definitely check out the VOD of that, and yeah, I mean, what a way to go out. And I don't know how much they're quitting, because I did see Chris Light playing in a pub the other day. I don't know like what the level of quitting is. I suppose as a team they're done, but I don't know who isn't going to be playing anymore at all.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that the guys will still stick around for a little while, but I'm pretty sure as a team, I think we've seen them finished.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, I think they gave their reason for quitting as they just didn't like
the
the
game.
competitive format that we currently play. Like, I think if something happened and everyone drastically wanted to play the cluster rule set, I wouldn't be surprised to see IDK make an appearance back. But yeah, I don't know.
Really, you could see that happening, JP?
Yeah, so I think if like Europe went over and played this cluster rule set that we came up with no snipers and no imps and shit, then yeah, they might come back.
Actually, yeah, I mean, Krista did say that. In fact, he was one of the authors of that, I think, or at least a modified version of it that he put forward.
Yeah, I mean, it was like originally something I kind of came up with, like, because I wanted to try something that was a bit like LT but a bit less shit than LT.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, then he had his own version of it he wanted us to play as well. But I don't know. I mean, I guess we might talk actually a bit more about that kind of stuff later on in the show. But,
Yeah, we've got a topic for like the sort of what season 3 will look like in the EUTL. But I mean, JP, you saw the games. What did you think?
they were really good. I won Shazbox, not as much as I'd liked because everyone fucking went and bet on IDK. But no, it was good. Like I mean, I bet on IDK, but I was really. I mainly only did it because I wanted
Are
to
you
win.
playing
Like
at the moment?
I might be playing right now.
You might be playing.
On his Steam profile, it says he's playing.
Jesus.
That's
Yeah,
dedication, man. It's hardcore.
So yeah, so I bet on IDK mainly because I wanted to win a lot of Shazbox. I did think Vert were more likely to take it. I mean, Vert's strategy and just their general gameplay throughout the UTL Season 2 has been really, really sick. Like, but yeah, I'm not sure what happened in the finals in the end, whether it was not playing so well on the game or IDK just really stepping it up. But either way, yeah, it was a good series of games.
GuitarGuy, did you get to watch many of them?
Like I was in the same boat as Tastyham. I was watching a few of them as they went on, but to be honest, like just from what I saw between like even like the Vertigo and Pelican games and stuff, I was not expecting IDK to actually take 2 best of 3s off of Vertigo, because just I don't know. I like had taken a small interest in the European scene at that time just because of Pelican. Obviously, with my 2 teammates on that team, I casted a game, and yeah, it surprised the hell out of me. So, congrats to DK for being able to come back from that kind of deficit. That's not easy.
It was definitely very cool to watch. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about it, to be honest. We already kind of looked at the stats. I think the House League is still to be decided. Like they're still working through it. Yeah, Yeah, where are we here? So we've got Unstoppable Frog versus Climax in the losers final, and Showtime versus PLD. So how does that step up with your predictions, though? Do you know?
Sorry, PLD versus who?
Showtime in the winners bracket final.
That sticks up pretty well, I think.
And we've got Frog versus Climax in the losers.
I didn't think Unstoppable Frog. That was the one I got wrong. I thought the Malversation would be Unstoppable Frog, and they'll be playing. So I was wrong on Unstoppable Frog, but all the other ones I think I was right.
Good work. Yeah, so I mean that's sort of what has happened across the UTL. IDK absolutely smashing it. Vertigo, not quite managing to take it out. So also, I guess reversals on both sides of the pond, right? Vertigo took it in season 1. And IDK take it season 2, and the reverse also happened in ATL. So I mean, it kind of does show you how close the top of the leagues are in both of the regions.
It's good to see, in a way, that now 4 different teams have won the NATL/UTL.
Yeah.
Instead of having repeating winners and whatever. Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool in a way, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much wrapped up.
Yeah. And yeah, I just want to sort of go back to the actual cast itself, Stu, because I had such a great time with that, and I was sort of, reflecting on it a couple of days later, and that was easily the most fun I've ever had, producing a stream. I guess Grimble did the production as such, but you know what I mean. Being involved in actually producing casting a live Tribes game, it was awesome. It easily beat out Paris Games Week in the sense of actually being there and doing it, even though it wasn't a live event. I thought it looked fucking pro, if I do say myself.
Yeah, I was really impressed with what Grimble was able to do. The one thing is if I'd have liked to get there a bit early and help set up a bit and maybe have a bit more time, and then obviously not miss the first map. But yeah, it was so fun. Then it was a lot easier to coordinate some things in terms of just not having a stream delay. So like when Grimble would throw out to a replay, we'd be able to watch the replay on a monitor on the wall in front of us. So it was like we can then talk through it and stuff like that. So that was a big difference, and I really hope we're able to get something like that going again, because it was definitely fun. And Grimble seemed to enjoy himself as well. He went all out, and it was just
basically turned his house inside out to accommodate all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because for anyone that hasn't been to London, houses are not big. You kind of have to use every inch of space you have, and he basically turned couches upside down and pasted paper on walls, and it was crazy, but it looked great. Everything he touches just turns to gold. So thank you, Grimble, if you're there.
Legend.
Yeah. All right, well, enough for that.
Yeah, enough
circle jerking, as they say. Maybe we touch on a small topic and then come back to the EUTL Season 3 stuff after the break, I reckon.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, small topic. We've done Tau Fest. How
about Void Spawn?
Yeah, sure, yeah. So, I don't really know what to say about this. Void Spawn, if you're in EU, then you might know him. Definitely prevalent member of the EU community, a fine and upstanding member of the community. Yeah, he did a bunch of art, and that's a new one I've seen.
Which one?
Yeah, he has a DeviantArt page. That one, I haven't seen the one with Nordsmark on, or I haven't seen the one to the left of that. But yeah, Hyros actually pimped out his art quite recently, I think, on their Facebook page.
Yeah, right. Awesome.
So if you want to go and check out his art, then there's his Deviant. I think we can link his DeviantArt.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat. Yeah, I mean, there's not much of a discussion point there. It just looks tops, and dude deserves some recognition. So yeah, good work, Voidspawn.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to chime in?
Oh yeah,
Oh, sorry, you go.
Go, Stacey.
You go first. Or I was gonna. I've got the Pelican and the Wilderzone pictures as my my 2 wallpapers right now.
Oh,
I was very impressed.
So yeah, the Pelican man.
Well, I just wanted to say thanks to Voidspawn again, because I mean he did like a painting of me as an image fucking ages
cheese,
ago.
Yeah, as a big block of cheese. Yeah. That was when you actually were good as an infiltrator, you know, and
Oh my god.
you make no interesting plays anymore. You used to be
Before they
interesting,
banned
but
Sonic Punch, basically.
before they banned
Yep.
Sonic Punch and Stealth Spin Fuser and
Bring back Sonic Punch for Season 3. Definitely wasn't a broken mechanic.
no, not at all.
Why isn't that gone in NA? How do you guys actually let that be there?
Wait, they don't have, they have banned
please.
Sonic Punch. They have
Yeah,
banned
it's
Sonic Punch.
It's the egocentric shadow government. They want to
Wait.
keep the man down.
Oh,
So wait,
no,
you haven't banned
don't
Sonic
get on
Punch
this.
yet? I'm yet
I
to
want to
see.
get on this taste.
There are
I want to
there
get
are
on this.
no there are no Sonic Punch. There is very
Stealth
few
Spin
Sonic
Fuser should have
Punch.
been banned, but for some
Okay.
reason they put the passing at. Okay, this is what happened. Stealth Spin Fuser. It was being voted on, right? And obviously, you know, normally votes you have 50-50. This kind of shit, right? That's how voting usually works. But for somehow out of nowhere, I think it was David Bowie put at 75% as the pass
Probably.
vote,
Probably
and
David Bowie.
then what happened was one of the teams that even voted no on passing the getting rid of the Stealth Spin Fuser, that was Epidemic, and they left like 2 days afterwards, so their vote shouldn't have even counted. Like, talk about conspiracy.
They tried to send Illuminati.
Yeah, pretty much. That is the egocentric shadow government controlling us over here in North America.
But I mean, from playing in EU, Tasty, which rule set do you prefer? Ours or yours?
Oh jeez, just anything with reach in it. Good god. At least ban super heavy if you're gonna ban reach. But good god, I don't know. The Stealth Spin Fuser, I think that's a no-brainer. But
Well, I mean, I guess we could start talking about like the kind of game shrine upcoming stuff, because that kind of leads onto it, right?
I
Well-
think we'll do a break first.
Yeah, because that's quite
Oh
a
my
meaty
God.
topic, so we'll have a quick break before we get stuck into that one. So yeah, we'll just kick it to the break. I think it's a good time as any. So guys, we'll give you a few minutes to go refresh your drinks, do whatever it is you need to do, and we'll be back with part 2 of Behind the Boothlet.
See you in a bit.
everyone, welcome back. It's second half of Behind the Blue Plate. Fade that out. Cool. So yeah, let's maybe touch on some of that that season 3 stuff going on EUTL. For those Americans in the audience, let me know if this is any good. A friend of mine from Kentucky sent me this Eagle Rare bourbon. Tastes good.
Did you have to pay import on that, or?
No, his wife was visiting us and staying with us, and so he gave it to his wife to give to me.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's good to have friends in bourbon-making
Places.
regions.
Yeah, it is. So, EUTL Season 3. Let's kick off with it. So this was actually, I don't know what on this website, but I think it's from the guys at Game Shrine. Talking about what's going to be happening for EUTL Season 3 and over the summer. How do you feel about me reading out what's been written?
You mean like that's on the GitHub thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I think I'll do a dramatic reading of it.
Dramatic
First-
reading.
Yeah, well, every reading with me is a dramatic reading.
Okay.
I'm a dramatic person, dog. So, first, now that EUTL Pro Leagues have finished, congratulations to the winners IDK. They earned their win after beating Vertigo in 2 best-of-3 matches. It was certainly an exciting game to watch. The House League playoffs are still underway, so hopefully you'll be seeing the grand finals soon. After discussing a few things internally, we're posting here to try and get some feedback. So EUTL Season 3, summer is here, and as people in various teams are likely to go on holiday giving roster issues, we want to leave out EUTL Season 3 until September. Teams have earned their positions, and it would be unfair to have teams drop out for Season 3 if they can't commit to playing games during the summer. We won't be doing promotion or relegation matches. Various teams are dropping out, so having a large number of teams playing these matches right now wouldn't be useful. For Season 3 there are a few changes we're planning and would like your feedback. Point A is smaller divisions. With Season 2, you only had the opportunity to play against a small group. Instead of having 8 teams in a division, we'd like to reduce it to 6 and have all teams play against each other. Second division, if possible, adding a second division, if possible. The skill gap between the divisions is large, and games are most fun when you're in a division with teams of a similar skill level. If there are enough teams, we'd like a second division between the Pro and House League teams. If there aren't enough teams, it's something we'll have to avoid. One disadvantage with this is that new teams will be forced to play 2 seasons in lower divisions before being allowed to play in the Pro League. Wow. There's a rule set change that they're discussing, so the games this season were exciting to watch. You want rule set changes. If it's working well, it might be better as a community to vote to stick with it. If you want changes, what would you like to see? And then finally, for EUTL Season 3, we'd like to stick to the same set of 7 maps again, so a map to come into the rotation, the existing one will have to be removed. So they want to stick with 7 maps, but if you want a new one, then you have to remove one. Which maps do you hate and want out, which would like to see replace them? And so that's for Season 3, so that's going on in September, so it's a little while from now. And this is what's going to be filling the gap in the meantime, or at least hope to be. So, Summer Tournament. As EUTL Season 3 is going to be 2 months away, this leaves us with July and August with nothing to do. To fill this gap, we'd like to run a tournament with a difference. Here are a few of the options. 7v7 cluster rule set, and cluster is Pathfinder, Soldier, and Raider only. 5v5 cluster, which is the same, Pathfinder, Soldier, or Raider only. 5v5 LT, Pathfinder only. Multiple game modes like CTF, Blitz, Capture and Hold in one tournament, so it's like you have to be a jack of all trades team. One of the other game modes for an entire tournament, or netball. So those are some of the options, or maybe you can make some suggestions to people at Game Shrine. So, okay, sorry, just getting distracted by the chat there. Yeah, so basically, the choice is up to you for what's going to happen in EUTL Season 3 as opposed to the divisions, the rule set, the maps, and then also we've got a summer tournament to decide what people want to play. So definitely going to make your suggestions. So, I mean, I guess we can throw it to some of the people here. What do we think about these things?
Well, let's break it down piece by piece. So the first thing
sure.
that I think is important to note is that Season 3 is not going to be till September, so it's going to leave a couple months gap.
2 months.
Yeah, a couple months gap. So is that a good thing? JP, what do you reckon? Good to take a break, or do you reckon that might actually decline things?
I mean, I definitely think it's a good thing to take a break. Playing a tournament through the middle of summer would just end up like being pretty much impossible to run due to people going off on holiday and teams would be missing members all over the place. So we don't really have much of a choice other than to wait till September to hold the third actual season. But yeah, I mean the stuff in between seasons is what I'm most interested in. Like the idea for the summer tournament, I believe at the moment is we're most likely going to do a draft tournament like in the middle there somewhere, and if we do a draft tournament again, it might be on the current rule set, or we might do it on one of these new rule sets like Cluster or something like that. And if we do it on one of the new rule sets, I believe the idea might be then to follow that with a kind of just mini tournament for actual teams, not a draft tournament. So we might have a kind of double header of tournaments going on sometime over the summer, just a bit more laid back than actual UTL, probably like not proper money prizes and shit, just fun stuff. So it should be good, like lots of stuff going on over the summer, even if there's no EUTL. Actually,
What do you reckon about Yelzo's comment that if there's a 2-month break, there will not be an EUTL 3?
I don't agree with that, really. I mean, I think even with a 2-month break, there'll definitely be an EUTL Season 3. I mean, I'm not too knowledgeable on what Hi-Rez's stance is backing it. I mean, I don't know whether we'll continue getting money.
I think what he's
hope we
saying
will,
is that there won't be people to play.
Oh, nah, there'll still be people to play.
I don't agree with that, personally.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think, you know, people have waited time for tournaments and stuff before, and as long, even, like they're saying, that there's going to be this summer tournament anyway, so there's going to be things for people to play, which people will stick around for. So I don't think there won't be one.
GuitarGuy, do you know what's happening over there in NA? Is there going to be a break between the seasons, or are you guys going to get straight back into it, do you reckon?
No idea. I haven't heard anything about the Season 3 so far, other than that there's supposed to be one.
Okay.
So,
What would you prefer then? Would you prefer to get straight back into it, or do you think this kind of break is a good thing?
I prefer to get straight back into it, because I don't think I could keep up my energy I have right now for the game for 2 months. But I mean, either way, it's kind of like whatever. For me personally, I'm sure there's plenty of other people that still have they play the game because they love it to death, and they're completely content with the current state it's in, you know.
Tasty, what do you reckon?
But
Personally, I'd maybe a week or two at least. I know playing like with Pelican and Vex at the same time, just I'm still burnt out a bit. But like GuitarGuy said, I mean, already starting to get hungry again, and like to get back into things as quick as possible, I guess. But I know a lot of people want to take a break. I've heard from plenty of people that a nice month or two break wouldn't hurt.
Cool. All right. Well, I mean, the chat seems to think that the break's not necessarily a bad thing. I guess I'm pretty sure it's pretty much already been decided. So I don't think there's going to be much dispute about that. And I think JP's point that it is summer over here is pretty valid as well. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I guess that's it. Well, what about the next point? So I think the next two can be kind of compressed into one. Well, actually, no, Stowaway, what do you reckon about the break?
I think that the people at Game Shrine have a lot better experience than most in running Tribes tournaments now. And I think if they think it's good for a break, then I fully trust them. I think the point about people being away, you know, one player being away can sometimes kill a team.
It's true, and August is a massive holiday season in the UK.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just... I think Potato, yeah, pretty much. Just whatever they think is right is probably good, and I think if people stick around, which, you know, the plan is that people will stick around, that at the end of that 2 months break we'll get a better EUTL Season 3 than if we did it straight away.
Cool.
Plus it might give a chance for some new teams to kind of surface their heads and, you know, get them some practice in.
It'll also give a lot more time to practice rule sets. You know,
sure.
Draft tournaments, you know, try and bring people more into the scene without that big looming tournament over their heads. The next section, smaller divisions, and potentially, I mean, they say a second division here, but what they're talking about is really a third division. So they're basically saying instead of having 8 teams in the Pro League, to only have 6, and then instead of having 2 divisions in that Pro League, you just have one big round robin of those top 6 teams. So rather than a split bracket, it's just one big bracket. I like it, actually. I think the whole, I like it. I think it's a great idea. What do you reckon, Tasty? You reckon one Pro League division round robin, or do you still like the split division?
I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like. I mean, for the next season. I mean, what the state of teams are going to be like. But I mean, I think things have been all right for the most part, being split. But yeah, I guess no real strong feelings either way.
Okay. How about GuitarGuy? What do you reckon?
In the same boat. I mean, me personally, I don't really know too much about organizing tournaments, so I don't know which way is best or not. That's for smarter people to decide.
Sure. I kind of feel the same. What about jpWAI? I mean, you're maybe a bit more involved. I know that Tastyham is just as much involved, but still. What do you reckon?
I mean, I definitely think it's theoretically a good idea. I'm slightly worried about. I mean, I know it's kind of a remote possibility at this stage in the game's life cycle, but if a new team forms and they're like suddenly Pro League material, then they have to play through what would be like the 3rd division, then the 2nd division, like
no, wait.
2 seasons in a row.
What we're talking about first, JP, is just taking the Pro League and making it one 6-team round robin rather than 2 4-team round.
Yeah, but that's involved in the same thing as breaking it down into
True.
the 3
It
separate
is related.
divisions, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
My point is, if a new good team forms, then they have to play up through those multiple divisions, as opposed to now when they just have to go through the House League to get into the Pro League. They'd have to go an extra season before they made it to Pro League.
You could just have a larger relegation and keep everyone in the House League.
I guess, I mean, like I said, I don't know how much details we've actually worked out about this so far. But I mean, like I said, it's not an incredibly likely situation to arise, I don't think. But, I mean, I guess we need to work out some kind of system for it. It does.
Do you think there'll be enough teams in EU to support 3 whole, leagues, basically?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
If we made the Pro League bigger and the house took the top teams from the House League and moved maybe some teams in from there,
I mean,
but then obviously you're making the house small.
if you think about it, we should still have Flam, we should still have Vert, we should still have Pelican coming around September time. We should still have DLS. Nimble Minds should still be around. I'm assuming only the one Nimble Minds team now, though. They're both back into one team. But
Did they coalesce?
I think so. I might be wrong saying that, but
Well, Stowe,
yeah, I think they
tell
went
us.
back down to the one team.
I am way out of the loop with Nimble Minds at the moment.
Oh, right, okay.
I've been basically not as available as I'd like to play, so I'm I guess sub at the moment.
Stowaway #1 EU benchwarmer.
Oh yes.
Okay. Rule set?
No, I just wanted to kind of note on the one example of this that this would having a round robin division. One thing that happened in EUTL season 2 was Nimble Minds 0. Yeah, NMZ was you look at the bracket that we got. We had a bracket. I think it was Pelican, not IDK. Pelican, Vertigo, and Flamboyant, I think. And so that was a really tough bracket for us. And then IDK had, I don't know. I just think that IDK got a much easier bracket that in the playoffs, and NMZ got a much tougher one. It was. I don't know exactly how I'm explaining it, but I think basically it would be easier for maybe middle teams to shine in a round robin situation and being able to play against a mixture. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I'm not making much sense.
No, I get it. By splitting the division, you do
Sure.
particularly with seeding. You potentially do tilt it one way.
I'm sure it makes sense in a tournament, in a tournament sense. But it like for example, NMC then got a very difficult first a very difficult bracket for them, and IDK, for example, got a very easy bracket for them.
Narc points out something quite important, though, which is that Aurum dropped out, which put DLS in Aurum's place in IDK's bracket, which is why their bracket seems a lot easier. It should have been a lot more difficult, but Aurum didn't make it.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah. I did have something else to mention. Oh, yeah, Yozo in the chat said, is there any incentive in these tournaments? So the most recent discussions I've had with various people indicate that there will most likely be the same prize pool available as has been in the first seasons, but that is not yet 100% confirmed. So likely but not confirmed is the best we've got on that at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, now rule set. Well, I mean, this is pretty vague. They're basically saying, shall we do any rule set changes? I mean, JP, you've quite often spearheaded these initiatives in EU. What do you think?
Well, I mean, basically what we're going to do between seasons is throw up a bunch of threads again, most likely, asking what little changes people wouldn't mind in the rule set. For instance, we'll probably throw up votes on, like, keep breach it, banned, unbanned breach, random stuff like that, super heavy, safety third, I don't know. Whatever people think they'd like to have some kind of voice on, keeping in or taking out. And, yeah, then there's probably likely to be after we do this summer tournament, if we end up doing some kind of alternative rule set for that, we'll also throw up the option to vote for using something like the cluster rule set or something for EUTL Season 3 as well, again, just in case people's minds changed in the meantime. But
what is the general feeling? Like, at the end of Season 1, people were like, things have to change. That was shit. What did people feel at the end of Season 2? Are people reasonably happy with it? Do you expect large-scale changes?
Well, I mean, at least speaking for the admins, I think most of us felt that the games were really, really good this time around. The rule set felt much, much better this time than it did in Season 1, so we're definitely looking for much more minor changes than from the first season, if we want to keep the current rule set, which, I mean, personally, as much as I like the cluster rule set, I definitely think there's a lot to be said for just keeping the current rule set we have now, making a couple of minor changes to it, maybe.
What's the stand on banning invisible people? I know a few people talking about that in the chat, like banning inf altogether, because it is. I mean,
I'm just going to throw it out there. There's no way. I don't see us banning inf if we don't ban sniper at the same time. The game becomes completely broken if we don't do that. So.
And at that point, you're almost at cluster anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's essentially the road that the cluster rule set came from. So I don't know.
Tasty, from a player's perspective, how did you find the rule set Season 2, and do you think there should be significant changes made?
Are you talking about the UTL or NATL?
EUTL.
UTL, oh boy. Well, from capping and seeing firsthand how things are played in UTL versus NATL, first of all, very differently. Very, very differently. Lots of cluster, lots of punts in EUTL, and I don't know. I kind of felt helpless a lot of times, especially on certain maps like Sunstar and Drydock, with the rule set without reach, and you know, I don't know. As a capper, I'd like to unban reach the no stealthman user. I know playing with Immune or Sniper for months now. Nothing depresses him more when he has to go up against an inf that can just shoot him in the ground for free 500 damage, and like coming to UTL and having a chance to like fight back. He said, it seemed like a big issue to him. Besides the whole I mean, I'm getting sidetracked to NATL rules. Yes, I did like the no stealth user. Safety third ban. I mean, sure. I don't see why not. I guess it does promote F spam. But what else? Plasma gun. I don't know. There's a lot of things. A bit different. The big thing for me was no reach. Having no reach was kind of made my life suffering in certain matches, especially. GuitarGuy.
I never played in EUTL, so I don't think I can really speak on the rule set and how it plays. I know it's really fun to watch, though.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Everyone fights for every single flag, like as if it would like make or break the game, and it was fun in that sense, for sure.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what pans out. As JP said, and if there's plenty of time for it, I'm sure we will see plenty of discussion happening between now and September, and hopefully a decent amount of playtesting this time, which I think was something that suffered last time. I mean, Stowe, any thoughts on the rule set before we move on to maps?
Not bad.
I mean, I always find it difficult to decide on rule set stuff. I think, like, whatever ends up happening, I'll play it, so whatever. I think the games we watched were pretty fun to watch. People are now complaining about nitrons and the radius on nitrons and stuff, but that can't really be changed by us, and banning nitrons I don't think is the right...
No!
No, I don't think that's the right thing to do. Banning inf, I don't think... Yeah, I think if you ban inf, then you put, like, you know, good sentinels at a point where they're just going to have so much fun, and that's not right. People shouldn't be having fun when they're playing tribes. So it's just... keep them all in, I think. But, you know, people will disagree, people have their opinions, so... I guess we'll wait and see.
We will wait and see. So let's move on to maps. They're basically, they think they'll stick, this is Games Try and Feel, they'll stick to 7 maps in the pool. So they need to chuck one of them. So, yeah, I mean, which map is currently the worst in the pool? Before Season 2, I said Crossfire. I wouldn't say that anymore. But Tasty, what do you think? If you have to remove and swap a map out of the EUTL map pool, what would it be? Just one.
Man, geez, I guess I'm sad to say it, and I wouldn't see myself saying it a month ago or so ago, but I think Sunstar was at least the least enjoyable from my experience, but I don't know, I would vote Sunstar, I suppose.
What would you replace it with?
You know what, I've heard a lot of Rain Dance being talked about as like being a lot better with limited deployables and like no base assets, but yeah, I mean, of the unavailable maps, I'd give Rain Dance a try.
Okay. JP, what's your position on maps?
Well, I think technically we're taking 2 out, putting 2 back in, right? So I'm just gonna throw it out that we should just both get rid of both the fucking sand maps, Bella and Sunstar gone. Oh my god, that'd be good.
Nope.
I'm surprised to see that. Like, I quite
Rain
enjoyed
Dance.
watching Bella being played. Stowaway, what's your
Oh
opinion
my
on Bella?
God, such an awful map.
Yeah, wow. I didn't realize that players felt that way.
Is it just me, or is
I'm
it,
sorry, is it just my mumble roboting or everyone's?
No, I think it's...
That's roboting for me too.
Oh my god.
Sounds fine for
Gotcha.
me. Or am I roboting for you guys?
I think you're roboting a tone,
I
but it's
tasty
fine
as well,
generally.
But, no, I mean, I don't know why people aren't on Bella doing the same. I guess it's because everyone goes brute in the gen. Like, I can see people doing the fucking force field repair thing they're doing on Sunstar and Bella as well. But Bella, it's like, a sniper can stand on one of those rocks and be, like, almost impossible to disrupt.
That's true.
And it's like a giant, just
Yeah,
fucking
the rocks.
Sauron killing everything. Like, standoffs as well on Bella. It's similar to DX. Like, on DX, you can really rabbit the... I don't know, like, I've noticed American teams don't really do it that much, but in Europe, what people do a lot in standoffs is just do a 3-man...
I lost JP.
So, and again, same on Bella, you can rabbit the flag in standoffs really effectively, so standoffs end up being painful as hell on that map, just as well as most of them. So yeah, I don't know, for me at least, Rain Dance in, maybe, don't know about Tartarus.
Forgot about Tartarus.
Crossfire,
Tartarus
maybe.
hasn't been so bad. I don't know.
I guess, but I
It's
mean,
not terrible.
at least what I'm worried about is with the whole like route camping meta becoming more and more popular. Teams like Tartarus is really. I mean, when we played NECL against like Egocentric, they were already doing it to us there with Who Likes Wins. Like route camping is pretty easy to do on Tartarus, and Same on Crossfire, actually. Like, Crossfire, I really wish it would be good, but I can just see people running along the sides of the maps, killing all the cappers there. And I imagine it wouldn't be very fun. So yeah, for me at least, probably something like Rain Darts and Permafrosting. That was quite long-winded, I realised. To get to that point.
I don't know.
Anyone want to chime in on maps?
I was gonna ask real quick, if the rocks on Bella were replaced or made so you couldn't stand on the tops of them, would that change your mind about Bella so much, JP? Or is it just like if you stood on the rocks, then you could only stand still, you couldn't AD around on this nice plateau on the top? Like, that makes standoffs like a little bit more tolerable, or at least make the sniper not so freaking powerful on the map, you think?
Sorry, what if we banned people from going up on the rocks?
Well, no. If the rocks were changed somehow to having a jagged top rather than like a nice flat top to stand on and to.
Well, let's be realistic. They're not going to
honest-
change the map.
Right,
It'd
yeah, I know,
be easy
I know.
to ban it. Like, it's
Yeah.
easy to just say
I mean-
don't go on the rock.
And I mean, even in that case, I think, to be honest, if they made the rock jagged, it'd be even worse, because then you could just like line of sight out of the way of people like shooting up at you and stuff using the edges. I don't know, like as
You'd have to
Doc
stand
says,
still though. I don't know. Who knows?
Think Sunstar Towers though, how people drake around bows and avoid. I don't know. I can see it. I don't know, it's not going to get changed anyway, is it? So to be honest, it's a bit of a moot point. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, sand maps out and put in Permafrost and Rain Dance.
Well, if anyone in the chat has their opinion, Lumberjack has made the forums where you can go and sort of put your own 2 cents in available. They are currently now public and open. So I've dropped that in the chat. You can go and make yourself heard on what you feel the map pool should look like coming into Season 3 of the EUTL.
Cool.
So I guess that moves us on to the final topic, which actually blends in well with another one of the topics we've got here, which is what's going to happen over the summer. So, there's a few options here that they're suggesting in GameShrine: 7v7 cluster, 5v5 cluster, cluster being Pathfinder, Soldier, Raider only, 5v5 LT, which is Pathfinder only, and there's a few variants of that with chains and explosions and stuff. CTF, Blitz, Capture, and Hold in one tournament, so kind of like there's a name for that sort of a tournament. Triathlon kind of tournament, call it something like that. Or something like netball. So, and also, over on North America, where is it? I've got a thing for this, yeah. They're doing a summer league. This is GOAT, is organizing a 10v10 summer league over there in the States. So plenty of, I guess it's like, okay, the tournaments are over, let's do something different. Is this a good thing? Like, what do you reckon, Tasty? Do you like these sort of, actually no, GuitarGuy, we haven't heard from you in a while. What do you reckon about these sort of like alternate modes to sort of fill in the gaps during the summer?
They work for some people and they don't work for others. I mean, I guess variety is always a great thing when you're trying to sell something to new people coming in. Me personally, I'm not going to be interested in playing in a 10v10, but I'm sure there's plenty of others that would. So, and same thing, with like netball and all this other stuff that people are coming out with. I'm not going to play it, but I'm sure others will, and others have been. So, I think anything that anyone's willing to put time into this game still, then more power to them. Then a big thank you to them for going through it and doing that.
Yeah, Tasty, what do you reckon? Would you just want to stick to classic tribes, or do you like filling in the time with something different?
Jeez, is normal roboting for you guys?
Yeah,
I don't like
basically,
really okay.
he just wants to know what do you feel about putting in
Right.
these different kind of things in
That
between
got the
games.
gist of the question. Just want to it was me. But let's see here. You know what? I played a caption hold pug in EU. I don't know, maybe a month ago. It was a blast. But geez, like I said, making a tournament out of the games. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'd be too interested in it, but yeah, I mean, I think plenty of people would play in it if it was organized. I know a lot of people are getting burnt out. I mean, been playing Pugs a lot more recently since been out of like all these leagues, and it seems, or I've heard from more than one people, that I'm getting a little burnt out on the regular 7v7 format. So I don't know. I definitely, I mean, go ahead, be my guest. I just might be tough getting 10 people organized, or teams of 10.
Yeah, I didn't really get the format. Is it for existing teams of 10, or is it a draft tournament he's doing?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, a draft tournament with teams of 10 wouldn't be too bad, I guess. But, I mean, it's a bit weird. I mean, some teams don't even have 10 members. So, like...
No, I have no idea what the format is.
I think it should be a draft kind of thing.
Caption hold. All the way. AJ,
10
you
v
read
10
that?
caption holders.
Yeah, capture and hold. I really want to try that. Like, big team catch and hold. That'll be really fun.
Did you see what I said in the Mumble chat, by the way?
I just
Oh.
What do you reckon?
Like, if it's a problem with me, I can restart my Mumble. Shall I try that?
It seems to be everyone.
No,
everything for me.
I'm getting it.
Everyone's fine for me.
It's weird.
But we can use Skype if you want. This means I got to redo the regions. Just pain in my butt.
Well, we can probably push through for a little bit.
Yeah,
It's like,
we're actually not too much left, to be honest.
but yeah, basically, I feel like this kind of stuff. If there's going to be a break, which just sounds like there should be, then I think this kind of stuff is great. 'Cause some of the funnest times I've had playing Tribes is this community-made stuff that's just for fun. Like Beer Mania is really fun. The Sucker Tournament things are really fun. Just playing different games. I really like that. But it's got to be organised in a way where I don't think able to make teams of 10 and organise all those people. But a draft, you have a day draft over a weekend or a 2-day draft, and that's quite easy to organise people and get them there. So I think that's that kind of stuff's really great. And it does fill in the time. Plus, you've also got pugging, so it's not like you forget 7v7. You can still got screaming if you're on a team. So, yeah, I think it's all good stuff.
Cool. So what's next, though? Do we want to talk about this one, or is this kind of getting a bit dull? I've highlighted the document.
I'm not too bothered about it. I don't personally.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I don't know, man. We've talked about a lot of competition stuff tonight.
yeah, it's fine. We can skim over that.
Yeah.
So
there's a
what about
few-
some? Sorry.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, so what our next topic can be the new Hyra sponsored EU Pug servers, which I actually know not very much about.
JP, know much about the new servers?
I think it's pretty much Hi-Res gave gold to Barrel, and Barrel is now hosting new Pug servers for Europe.
I heard some
That's pretty-
discussion as to where they were hosted. Are they Amsterdam, London, or both?
Amsterdam.
I think we currently have one in Amsterdam and one in London.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, this post is 5 days old, but it does say both servers are in Amsterdam at the moment, but we'll change to London if there's a demand. So maybe it is 1-on-1. But for me, like, I mean, something I want to talk about, like JP, for example, the switch of providers in Amsterdam, that's completely fixed Amsterdam servers for me. What's that been like for you?
Well, I mean, I never really had any problems on the old Amsterdam servers. I guess I just got kind of lucky in that regard. So,
Sure.
Yeah, so the only change for me has been I get a slightly higher jitter on the new Amsterdam servers, so slightly good for me. But I mean, it's great for all the other people who had like the massive ping spikes when it got busy.
But I've heard it's like just if you're in the chat and things have gotten worse or are still bad for you on the new Amsterdam servers, can you let me know? Because I thought it was a complete fix for everyone, but someone mentioned to me not too long ago that it wasn't, like, it was still bad for them. So I don't know if that's them in particular or it's a common thing.
Well, I mean, obviously it's hard to universally fix everyone's
Most
Yeah,
people
sure.
said it's pretty good.
I think a lot of
It must be what their ISP is saying.
I think the issue where during peak times a lot of people would spike to 200 ping, I think that's fixed. But I know a lot of people now just have like normal routing issues to servers and have just got a lot higher ping than they should have.
Okay.
But it's no longer like the giant everyone crashes at 6 o'clock thing.
Okay, cool. Okay then, so yeah, basically new EU Pug servers sponsored by Hyra is cool. and owned by who is it? Barrel? Barrel.
Yeah, Barrel Organ.
Cool. So
Nice.
awesome.
I don't think there's too much to mention else about that, aside from that's a good thing.
Aside from. Yeah. So what's up next? We've got this tribes maintenance petition,
Oh,
which was
wow.
posted. How long ago was this posted?
About a week. It's got
Yeah,
about 280 signatures on it, I think.
So this is a petition for Hi-Res Studios. Please fix and update and actively maintain Tribes Ascend. I don't know, Tastyham. Did you get wind of this?
I did. I saw it. I mean, kind of confused on how I feel about it, but
Did you sign it? That's what everyone wants to know.
no, I didn't sign it.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
You're killing the game.
I
there.
mean, I don't. I mean, this kind of smells of Coney 2012 or something like that, or not. Just a little.
Oh my god, this is bought 2012.
A little. I don't know. I can definitely feel the emotion behind it. I mean,
Yeah, I think
I
everyone
can
understands the emotion.
totally
behind it.
relate to Coil, of course, but I don't know what an online petition's gonna do.
JP?
I mean, I did sign it. I signed the petition. I don't think
You
it's
did
going to
sign
do
it,
it.
not
I don't
killing
think it's going to
users.
do anything, but I did sign it.
Guitar Guy,
Yeah.
your signature on that one?
No. No, no, it's not worth putting any. It's not even worth me putting fake information in that. To be honest, like it's not even worth the effort. I think if anything, maybe a few months down the line, maybe I really cross my fingers and hope that one guy, whatever the hell the CEO of Hi-Res is,
Errors, man. Oh, you mean
Todd
Todd Harris?
Harris Todd, right? You know, like I think it was about 6 months ago or so. He was saying, eventually maybe we'll see map or something along that lines. You know, maybe in a few months when there's only 30 people playing this game, maybe we'll get those.
So, okay, what you blacked out when you said?
The new maps,
Oh,
I think is what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah, get map better. Hopefully, once the game like
Oh, editor.
just yeah, like once I don't because remember like what was it a few months ago, like 6-7 months ago, Todd was talking about how the editor wasn't on the map for now, but maybe later down the line. Because honestly, I think with all the community involvement and everything that is going down right now, you know, with people like Go coming up with the 10v10 ideas and everyone over in Europe going through trying to figure out a new rule set. You know, I mean, pretty much everything's been community driven for the past, it seems like 6 months now. It's been for forever, if not longer. I think it was even back in 2012,
say
the
longer
community
than
had kind of taken over, you know, and I mean, what Dodgepong did with his production, Grimble and you guys over on Quick Draw TV doing amazing production for this game that it's just like, you know, it's just amazing to me how much people love this game and how much of their own work and effort they're willing to put into it. And we just feel like we haven't gotten anything back for the longest time. So I think hopefully someday Hi-Res will open up their eyes and just be like, you know, let's make this a community ran game and see it maybe not flourish, but at least maintain where it's at right now.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But just going quickly back into this petition, this to start, I didn't sign it, and I completely agree with what Tastyham said. I think everyone understands the feeling behind this. This is like, you know, people love this game, but it's like this kind of just shows just a lack of maybe understanding about how the game industry works. The game industry doesn't work through petitions of please update this game.
Nothing
you know,
works through petitions.
No. And even just, you look at who this is to. This is to basically every public figure at Hi-Res Studios. Anyone whose name is known, such as Kate and Bart and APC, and, you know, those aren't the people necessarily making decisions. I'll give you Todd Harris is probably a large decision maker within that, but the actual infrastructure of what money they're putting into the game, generally, it's not going to be the people it's not going to be Hi-Rez Bar, it's not going to be the map makers, it's not going to be the community manager. It's I get the feeling behind it, but it's honestly what at the moment it's it's community run. We're running it basically through a community with Hi-Rez doing support here and there in small amounts. I'll give you. But they're providing money for tournaments and stuff like that, or at least did for Season 1, Season 2, and we believe they're doing it for Season 3, but we can't confirm at this point, so it's a good game. We just play it, we maintain it as much as we can. I agree with GuitarGuy, I would like to see more kind of stuff, more tools for the community to use, and if that comes, then that'll be excellent, but, we're holding on by ourselves at the moment, so this kind of petition is... Unfortunately, it's just not the way it works. They're a business. They work in dollars. They don't work in petitions.
Esports dollars.
They work in esports dollars, essentially.
You want to know something about esports dollars? He was supposed to come on tonight. He couldn't make it. I was going to get Matten on both winning teams on both sides of the continent. Dude's raking in all the tribes dollars.
Yeah, man. He could probably retire his day job now.
Well,
maybe.
Maybe if he wants to go live in... I'm going to say something very PC if I continue that thought.
I missed it. I completely missed what you said.
Yeah, my mind's wandering right now.
Well, let's push on. I think we've only got one topic left, Stu.
Yes, so our last topic. Do we even have a last topic?
Yeah,
I'm
RTX. Your favourite topic.
Oh my god. So so the reason APC, if your regular stream viewers didn't notice, APC wasn't able to stream today, and that's because a lot of Hi-Rez are moving up to RTX, which is in Austin, Texas. It is a what they called expo. What's that short for?
Expo's enough.
Yeah, it's an expo run by Rooster Teeth, the people who made Red vs. Blue and Halo, and they do a whole lot more stuff, and you probably know them from YouTube because they're like the 10th biggest channel. So they have a convention, that's the one I was looking for, convention. They're doing 2v2s with Trebsen, they're showing off Trebsen, and they're also doing a Iron Gaming tournament with Smite. And so they've been basically going up to, I was about to say Atlanta, Georgia, but Austin, Texas, and I hate them. Because I really wanted to go to that.
Is that far from you, Tasty?
Me too. No, it's actually like a 10-minute drive from where I live, and I was really upset when I found out just before the show that you needed a ticket to go.
I'll show up.
Is it sold out?
Months ago.
Oh my god.
I think actually, Hi-Rez announced that they were going after the tickets were sold out. Which is kind of funny.
Someone was saying they're actually not even on the exhibitors list.
I think they're special exhibitors in a way. Like they're not. They are in, I believe, what they're calling the Achievement Hunter place, or to directly with the gaming stuff. They're not exhibitors in the same way that other people are.
Right. So
they're exhibitors in that they're running a tournament there.
Right.
I think they'll have a booth, but they're not an exhibitor who paid or whatever in the same way. I'm completely guessing this, by the way.
Yeah.
But I think they have. They're running a tournament, so it's slightly different. They are technically exhibiting there, but like in a different way to most people.
This is interesting. There are events and appearances. So there is the Tribes Ascend floor competition of 2v2 Arena. You can get a Game of the Year gold code and t-shirts. Yeah, t-shirts. The Smite floor competition, 5v5 Conquest, which I find quite interesting because it's down here, Root versus Snipe. And I know that Root just got acquired by Dignitas, who's I'm a big fan of Dignitas. I reckon they're awesome. So that's actually quite cool. But I did chuckle when I read this last point here. Evolution of Esports panel on Saturday, July the 6th. And I don't know, just with everything we've been through, I'm not sure they're quite qualified to...
No. They're not running that panel. They're appearing on that panel.
Who are they appearing near?
Evolution of Esports, I believe, is being run by someone at RTX, and but they're having guests, and I believe someone from Hi-Rez are appearing on that. And I think
MOBA.
Yeah, he comes on and says one word, MOBA, and then leaves.
I do gotta say though, after MLG COD, like they actually COD Black Ops. No matter how much I hate COD, it has been getting a lot more Twitch viewership and stuff.
Yeah,
lately.
I actually watched some.
They got really
Call of
good
Duty the
numbers
other
on MLG.
Yeah,
I
no,
happened
they
to
have.
tune in. It was alright.
Iron
It's
Gaming
nice
is
to
partner
see
with
an
Hi-Res.
FPS up there.
Yeah, so I'm Gaming
Regardless.
are partnering with Hi-Res to run the tournament, I believe. Oh, maybe. Yeah,
No,
I think
that's
maybe
for
Iron,
the panel. Who's Iron
Big.
Gaming?
Iron Gaming is like similar to. Remember that website that they tried to get a tournament going on? Well, we kept pumping.
Frag Nation. Oh, we
I think
totally
it's similar to that.
we totally forgot about them. You know.
Yeah, but it's not happening. Clearly, the community has spoken.
Go sign up to Frag Nation.
Yeah, Frag Nation told it. But I believe they're helping run the tournament. Maybe it's those two things. I had the opinion that there was a few more different types of guests. Maybe it's Hi-Res and Iron Nation running that.
Hey,
I don't
Team
know, I'm kind of
Nitron
guessing,
and
I
Texas
don't really-
Militia, Crossfired, Vanguard currently signed up to Frag Nation. Saving esports.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, basically, if you bought a ticket to RTX, then go say hi to the Hi-Res guys. And if you play Tribes, then I'm going to be interested to see who wins that 2v2. Because I think the tickets were sold out before they even announced this for RTX. So it's like, I don't think you could have been like, oh, I love Tribes, so I'll go play at this 2v2. Or Smite or whatever. I'd be,
Just a fluke if you happen to be going there anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, it's advertising for Hi-Res to advertise, because there's a lot of people going.
Who do
I'm
we
a
know
big fan of Rooster Teeth.
in Texas? Is Winners going?
Maybe.
You could go there and clean everyone up.
Mention it. Yeah, maybe.
Win all the t-shirts.
They'd probably cast it though.
That's true. Yeah, I assume they'd be streaming it.
Yeah, probably.
Alrighty. Well, that's it in terms of stuff on the card. We don't have any.
That pretty much wraps it up, I guess. When is next EU LAN? Next EU LAN you're missing, Knudsen.
That's
It's
true.
in August.
It's in about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah,
Stoey and I will be there.
Booked my I still haven't booked my hotel. Oh my god!
Oh,
I'm gonna end
you're
up
gonna
sleeping
be,
in my car.
you're gonna be screwed, man. They're gonna be sold out. Like,
Well,
Yeah,
no,
I know the hotels are already sold out.
The
but
hotels are
there's,
definitely
like,
sold out. The unique accommodation. You should get onto that tonight, dude.
I should do that. I might just sleep in my car. That'll be fine, right?
Sure. If I've been in your car, man. It's not. I don't know.
I'm only little.
You're not that little.
I can no, because I can put the back seats down. I can just bring a duvet. It'll be great.
Well,
can't play.
I've been playing Final Fantasy VI on my phone, so I'll just do that through the night. We good.
I'll be nice and rested, and you'll be looking like
Oh, I
shit
could
right
camp.
next to me.
Yeah, I could camp.
True. Yeah, you gotta get yourself a tent.
I'll just camp. I've got a tent.
There you
Let's
go.
do that.
Done.
Awesome.
So, well, actually,
that's,
technically, you do have a room on Sunday if you want it.
Oh yeah. I'll do that probably. And that'll be my first shower.
I was gonna say, in fact, considering I'm sitting next to you, I think I'll let you come and use the bathroom in my accommodation because I don't want to be sitting next to your stinky ass for fucking 3 days. Ugh.
Jesus. Oh my god. But yeah. So if you want to come to Pelican Fest as well, that will hopefully be happening this year, and we're all going to go to Narc's house in Scotland. So speak to Narc in Twitch chat. If you actually, it's just everyone message Twitch on Twitch Narc51. Then just message him, and he'll let you know whether you're invited or not to Pelifest.
Hey, Grimble's there. Hey, Grimble. Grimble can't come to I-49. Apparently, hanging out with his mum, who he hasn't seen in 2 years, is more important.
Well, you know.
Killing esports, Grimble.
So yeah, there's Narc. He's just spoken in the chat. So everyone, please message him on Twitch and let him know that you want to come to Pelican Fest. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, I've put the call-in thing up, so if anyone wants to call in, now's your chance. And I'll use this opportunity to mention that Behind the Blue Plate is going on hiatus for a couple of weeks. This is actually our 25th straight show. We haven't missed a week in the last 25 weeks. And so we're going to take a break since it's sort of between seasons to just sort of, quite frankly, take a rest. There's no particular reason other than that. So yeah, so there'll be no stowaway. Sorry, no stowaway. Well, there won't be any stowaway actually. Well, actually, no, you'll be bloody streaming every day, mate.
I'll be here every day.
There'll be no Doc Matrix. Maybe I'll do some personal streaming or something for the next 2 weeks. So we will be back on the 24th. So you can put that in your calendars. 24th of July for the next Behind the Blue Plate. We will not be around for the next 2 weeks. And to be quite honest, I doubt there'll be a whole lot happening, so I don't think you'll really be missing that much. I will be keeping an eye on all the stuff, and we'll catch up on all of that when we come back.
Yeah, to Narc saying it's because there's no news on tribes because no updates, all that stuff. Well, there hasn't been updates in a long time, and we always get news anyway. Yeah, I think it's a mixture of kind of. I mean, you said like it has been many shows. I think I've missed one in the past since like early January.
Actually. Yeah,
I missed one because of an NMZ game. But you've been there for everyone, working hard for every single episode. But,
damn right.
Not only that,
saving esports.
Saving esports, absolutely. I can confirm that. But also, competitive play has kind of slowed down. NATL has stopped.
Which was the bulk of our news.
Yes, and a lot of what we talk about now is the competitive stuff. So now that's not happening, it gives us a chance to maybe just back off for a couple of weeks and give Doc a well-deserved break from it, to be honest.
Cheers. Looks like we do have a call in. We've got Taylor McKell. So I'll bring her in. How you doing, Taylor?
Hi, can you hear me? If my mouse is really screwy, then I can, leave.
No, you sound fine. What's going on?
Okay, alright. I was just calling in because I don't know if you saw in chat we were talking about Tribe to Sin merch. I mean, last time I was on, I was definitely talking about that as well.
I didn't see that discussion in the chat, actually. That would be cool. In fact, I think when you were on, you mentioned that you'd buy the shit out of that stuff.
I would, I don't spend money on anything. I'm so trying to save up for college, but I would probably dish out $200 on Tribe stuff. I'm not even going to lie.
Really?
Tribe to Sin, blankets, t-shirts, socks.
Blankets?
Underwear. Yeah, everything.
Blankets?
Yeah, I have a Penny Arcade blanket.
Really?
Yeah, man.
A big blanket with diamond sword on it with the flag and maybe an infiltrator crouching down or something. I would snuggle the shit out of that blanket.
I mean, I agree. I'd buy some stuff if they did cool stuff, but what's the kind of... I feel like there's a point in hiding behind this.
Oh no, that's it. Hi-Res would get a lot of money from that. Imagine if everybody who's been wanting this stuff, everybody in chat's been talking about it.
To be fair, Taylor, and I'm going to be quite blunt, you're talking about a target audience of maybe a few hundred people. So I don't know if they would make that much money out of it.
Yeah,
but it's
manufacture is expensive.
It's also an investment because when people see it, oh yeah, what's that from? Oh, it's from Tribes of Sin. Go download it. When you go to a convention, a gamer convention, and you're wearing it, people will be like, oh, I haven't seen that game. I should check it out.
It's true, man. So you could be in the camping grounds all wrapped up in your Doombringer blanket. People be like,
that would be cool.
About?
No, what I said, I'm completely stealing this joke from someone earlier. I forgot who said it, but I want a towel, beach towel, but spelt obviously T-A-O-L.
The Tao of Towel.
I want a towel, beach towel. That would be preferable to sleep in, but
Towel of Towel on top.
I think it's just actual manufacturing stuff is very expensive, and I don't think.
Well, if you want it to be good, right, you can do that whole cafe press stuff, but it's awful.
Yeah.
There's just so many opportunities. I have so many designs for it in my head. I don't know. When I was in high school last year, every single class had a T-shirt for a specific subject from an inside joke, and people would dish out $20, $30, $40 for a T-shirt, and they would do this for each of their subjects, because they love the teacher so much and stuff like that. So people will dish out money.
Well, you sound like an entrepreneurial young woman there, Taylor. Why don't you should contact Nabil from Hi-Res and get a release on some of their assets, and then find a way to produce it, put it on Etsy or something, and you could pay your way through college, man.
Lord knows I need it. Yeah, I'll try that.
Do you need releases to do stuff on Etsy then? Because people do Legend of Zelda stuff. People making crap from that all the time, and I don't think they would have bought
technically,
assets from...
I think you do,
but
because you're selling their IP,
scale,
right?
But for this scale, is it? Obviously legally, you probably...
Yeah, legally, yes, and that's why that's why I say with the target audience we're talking about, I don't think they'd have a problem with it. Maybe they want a royalty.
I'm pretty sure Little Mamacita has a T-shirt. A Tribe's T-shirt.
Well, they do T-shirts.
I don't know whether it's homemade. Oh, they do T-shirts.
Yeah, because Bart used to wear a T-shirt on stream and stuff.
But you don't know. Do they sell them?
I don't think they sell them. No.
I think so.
She probably just met one of them or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Tasty. What TA merch would you buy?
You know what? I guess this is kind of related. I was just checking out the Tribes front page, and some guy is cranking out 3D models of dinosaur
that-
raiders.
Oh, that stuff's baller, yeah.
I saw
And,
like
The
I saw
grenades
some
and
pricey,
shit.
high-res
but-
photos of that because like high resolution, sorry, not high res, high resolution photos because the photo quality was really bad. I also saw like someone making Final Fantasy VII models on Reddit the other day, and they look really cool. 3D printers, man, I want one.
Oh. Boy, it wasn't so expensive. Oh my gosh.
Oh dear. I used to
Still-
have a 3D, well, not have one, but I used to have access to a 3D printer in like secondary school, and I had like no reason to use it. But now it's like I'd make a bunch of crap.
Guitar Guy, would you buy any TA merch?
If they made like a fluffy Blood Eagle doll or something, I would totally buy the crap out of that. I'd get that and maybe a DS guy, hang them above my room and make it look like they're shooting at each other.
Yeah.
I could see myself buying that.
People would buy it.
But
For
they-
sure,
they had
but
to be
it's
cute
just,
as hell. They
it's the
couldn't be,
product, it's the-
Like I wouldn't go all crazy nerdy like you guys with the carved out models or anything. It'd have to be like a fluffy, cute thing for me. I'm definitely more into that. They're usually cheaper as well than the crazy models and clay stuff that people do. And I'm a pretty cheap dude.
Taylor, really? Tribe to send blow up dolls?
Oh, I didn't think that you'd read that out loud.
Are you lonely, Taylor?
No, I was
Right.
kidding. It'd be for guys. Like,
Oh, really? So now you're being the sexist one. Holy shit.
Whoa.
no, like that's what blow up dolls are for.
I'm
Okay,
disappointed.
so that was Taylor. Martell. Jesus.
Outstanding.
Doombringer
sorry.
plushie. I like
Every
that
time
idea.
I come on here, people are always like, Taylor, you can't say those things. At least once. And yesterday, APC timed me out. I felt so bad. I felt like a shamed puppy that had gotten like sprayed with a water bottle.
Well, get some blow up dolls. You can put that on your Etsy.
I will do that.
We'll keep moving on. JP, would you buy any TA merch?
I'm going to sound very bitter, but not if it was produced by Hi-Res.
Ooh. What about okay, jpWAI, would you buy a high-res Bart voodoo doll? You could stick pins in it.
Oh my god, Jesus, shots fired.
I don't know.
Taylor, would you buy a high-res Bart blow-up doll?
Hi-Res Bart?
Well, we're all on the topic of dolls.
Well, I do love Hi-Res Bart a lot. I love his beard. Like when I'm in Axon, like just talking with my clan, representing Cass, that's all I talk about is Bart's beard. Not gonna lie.
Oh, I'm sure you get like some fluffy stuff to put on that. Authentic.
Okay, sure. I'll get
Stowaway,
one.
you look disgusted.
Not to... I just don't know what to say. Come on, we're talking about a blow up doll Bart here. Can we move on?
All right, we've got Void
my
Spawn in the
God.
chat. Thanks very much for calling, Taylor. It's been awesome.
Thanks.
See ya. Unmute. Crap. Can you unmute Void for me, Stow? I'm retarded.
There we go. Hello, Voidswell.
Hello, please.
Hey, dude.
How you doing, man? Really nice artwork, by the way, buddy. I like in all your things. So for anyone that didn't realize this, this painting here that I showed very recently was Void Spawn's work. It's good stuff, man.
It's still unfinished. It's just chilling there. Chilling, not sitting. Yes, waiting to be finished. Staring at me, begging for attention. But yeah, want to come here for a bit of self-plug, I guess.
Go for it.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of art shit lately. If you want something like a commission for free, I'm willing to try. And stuff. Also looking for a team. Hello, please.
Does it have to be tribes related? Like, if I wanted a kind of like image of myself and Nordsmark like holding each other in the rain, would that be like?
That could be arranged.
Okay, alright, I'll talk to you later.
Lovely.
Which
Yeah,
team
I
did you play for most recently, Void? I forget.
That was before I was in the army, like last October, I think, in NQS, I think. Although I've been in No Fear casually now, but yeah.
Cool. So you're
But I
looking for
haven't been
a serious team or a casual team?
A serious team now that I'm back, because, you know, I'm home from the army and stuff.
Cool. Well, there you go, guys. Anyone looking for what kind of roles you feeling these days, Spawn?
Offense is always through.
So anyone looking for a quality offense player, look no further than Void Spawn, and he can probably also make you a pretty balling logo as well.
Cool.
Awesome. Anything else?
Not really.
Cool.
I mean, yeah.
All right, dude. Well, thanks for calling in, and yeah, best of luck finding a
sure.
team. And yeah, again, nice work with the art. Keep it up.
Thanks for the
Alright, come on.
wallpapers.
Cool. That was Void Spawn, and looks like that's it in terms of call-ins today. So I guess we can move into final thoughts and shoutouts. Let's start with you, Tastyham.
Yeah. Not many final thoughts. Maybe consider unbanning Reach UTL Season 3. But shout out to Meatboat, Talby Team, Too Strong. Yep. That's it.
Nice. JP?
Shout out to Flam as always. Shout out to Vert. We don't really hate you. Oh my god, I'm trying to concentrate on this amazing piece of artwork I'm making at the moment. Hang on. Okay, yeah,
good.
yeah. So, shout out to the community and everyone who's awesome here.
Awesome.
Man, that's a horrible shout out because I'm thinking about this, but yeah.
So good, dude. Is that it?
Oh yeah, that's it.
Cool. Over to you, Guitar Guy.
Yeah, shout out to Tao being back on top. I guess technically they never left, but you know. I also want to say good luck to everyone over in Europe with all the craziness that sounds like you might be going through with the 2 months off. And actually, I think that the 5v5 cluster kind of rule set might be something that should definitely be looked at. And also, shout out to, who was it? Crap, it was some dude from Egocentric. I think it was maybe Rhinex, who posted about going through and changing some of the times and stuff on matches, like going down to a 15-minute time and kind of trying to condense some of these games. I thought that was actually a really good idea, especially in the longer
Oh yeah.
outlooks as far as like esports and things like that, and for casters too, because holy crap, some of these games are, when they're going into like 35+ minute overtime of just constant flag movement, it gets insane. So I hope people took a look at that and actually took it kind of seriously, because there were some really good ideas in that thread, and I hope it was Rhinex. I'm pretty sure it was Rhinex. He's one of the smarter dudes on Egocentric. And that's it. Well, shout out to Doc and Stowaway for keeping strong on this Behind the Blue Plate show. As what is this, like 51st episode or something? That's pretty
51,
insane.
yeah.
51 today, yep.
Yeah. Getting old as hell.
Yeah. It's time to like buy a car that's like way too expensive and just, you know, midlife crisis I was going for. I mean, Doc, you're almost there IRL, aren't you?
Yeah, I haven't had the urge yet, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know what mine will be. I'm not a motorcycle guy. I'm not really a car guy, so... And Joe, you left. You just bailed on the show. Well, he started his 2-week break early. That's it from Stowaway. Hey, dude, welcome back.
Sorry, my dog. barking
So
at me.
good.
Thank Izzy.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I
haven't had the urge
I
to-
was just making a joke.
Yeah,
for
no,
you.
I just said I haven't had the urge to buy anything weird yet.
Oh,
I'm sure it'll hit me.
Yeah, eventually.
Well, Stowe, final thoughts and shout-outs, buddy, before the 2-week break.
Oh, cheers. Yeah, I mean, thanks to everyone for watching, as usual. Thanks to GuitarGuy, jpWAI, and Tastyham coming on. Thanks for our call-ins, even though the Taylor Michael one has left me feeling a little bit scarred. And yeah, like don't worry about 2 week break. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna come back after that with plenty of news, and it'll be completely cool. And yeah, I hope stuff does kind of happen over the next 2 months before season 3. And I hope season 3 is going to go well. If you want to catch me, then I'll be streaming here every day, Monday to Friday, or every weekday, and that's 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time for Americans, and 1 till 4 in Central European time. I'm sure I had something else to say. No,
Raise your
no,
dongas.
thanks. Raise your dongas. Yeah. Thank you. That was it.
That was it. Guitar Guy, actually,
dare you.
did you have anything you wanted to pimp? I know you've been trying to get more casting and stuff done.
Not really for Tribes. It's been more for StarCraft. I've been
alright.
trying to get back into that.
Pimp away, man.
Sure, yeah. There's this community. One of my friends, my real life friends, actually is starting up. It's called ubergaming.us is the website, and it's just a little StarCraft community we're trying to get going. And he's a Masters random player, and he's just trying to get better people to play against, get some clan wars going and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm gonna try and get better at the game, try and get back up to that Masters status, but I'm not quite sure if I can do that while playing Tribes as well. But I'm definitely going to start casting more of StarCraft because it's a lot easier to do, obviously, with recordings and stuff like that, kind of get your foot in the door. And we'll see how things go from there, because there's a little place down here in Southern California that they want volunteers to come help with them. And I guess that's been a lot of casters in the past foot in the door for StarCraft 2. So I'm going to try my hand at that. And looking forward to that. We'll see what happens.
Cool.
Where is let me just check something quickly. Just, you mentioned Southern California. Where is Evo being held? Is that, yeah, SoCal and all that sort of stuff. I mean, is that something you follow at all? Because I mean, I know Southern California has a huge fighting game scene. Is that anything you've ever been involved in?
No, not the fighting games. Those things are way too insane for me to even attempt to pretend like I know what's going on. Like, like people will talk about like, oh, and in this frame and in this frame, like they're actually talking about specific frames within like the FPS of the game. I'm like, what the hell? How do you even see that kind of stuff? Like, yeah, I don't think I can really get into that.
Fair dues. Cool. Alrighty, well, yeah, go check out Guitar Guy's stuff, and yeah, make sure you follow Stowaway, and watch his stream during the day.
Yeah, follow my personal stream as well. Go do it. I hate you if you don't.
Yeah, you're kind of on a mission there, aren't you, Stow?
I'm on a mission on my personal stream at the moment. It's I've got a list of like 100 games that are 4chan rated the best games ever, and I'm gonna do as many as I can. So I've been playing Batman with my mate. It's good.
Cool. Right, so that leaves it to me. So yeah, thank you very much, Tastyham, jpWAI Guitar Guy, for joining us this evening. Good to have you guys on again. Stow, thanks for hosting. Chat, thanks for watching. And yeah, like I said, we're going to take a 2-week break. We will keep our fingers on the pulse over the next 2 weeks, so it's not like we will miss anything significant. We'll just be, well, telling you all about it on the 24th rather than over the next 2 weeks. So yeah, make sure to tune in then. Until then, I'm not sure if anything else really airs at this time slot. I guess maybe you'll just see more of Shaz.
Does.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll take his Wednesday slot back. I mean, I don't know how that will work, but
Always welcome to it. Maybe APC will just stream longer.
6 hours, that's a lot of Tribes. I think he'll probably have to work though. Like
Please.
I'm
It's the off season. Like he's got
always
any
in
work
meetings,
to do.
Man. No, he's always in meetings. Whenever I speak to him, I say, "Oh, I'll go for a meeting."
Fair enough. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. It's Behind the Blue Plate. We'll catch you in a couple weeks.
Yo.
Have fun.